am so excited about this multi-layer foam stamp paint removal on the gel plate print. I can't wait to show you how to do it. Welcome back to Tutorial Tidbits and welcome to my studio. I'm Elizabeth St. Hilaire. Today I'm in the garage where it's really hot in California in the end of June, but I'm taking advantage of my big table here so I can show you big, fun results for the month of July, which is Gustav Klimt's birthday, my birthday, and Joggles' birthday. It's a birthday celebration. So today, in celebration of Gustav Klimt's July birthday, and you know he is my favorite, as well as my July birthday and Joggles' July birthday, I am going to show you a unique multi-layered technique using my new, or relatively new, Scribbles and Doodles Klimt-Inspired foam stamp collection. These are all drawn by hand by me, inspired by some patterns in Klimt tapestry, backgrounds, etc. I am very excited about these Klimt-inspired Scribbles and Doodles foam stamps. So Joggles, because it's their birthday as well, are having a 20% off sale of everything, all of my products. Klimt is celebrating, I don't know, 100 and something years. And me, I'm not going to tell you how many years I'm celebrating. But Gustav Klimt's birthday is July 14th, and my birthday is July 13th. So that's pretty darn cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a multi-layer print using the foam stamps to remove paint from the plate rather than to stamp paint in a positive manner. I'm going to use them to remove paint. So I have a pretty wet microfiber cloth off to the side that I'm going to use to wipe the surface of my stamps so that the paint does not dry on them. You don't want the paint to dry on the surface of your stamps because it will make them crusty and then they won't work. So typically I'm going to do this off camera, but I want to show you what I do with this wet damp microfiber cloth. Once I use the stamp, I hold on to the end and I just go like this. And I can clean the surface of the stamp pretty much as soon as I use it. Because today I'm working in my garage studio and it's very warm out here. And if I wait too long to clean the surface of the stamps, the paint is going to dry. Your other option is to put them face down into a pile of wet paper towels or a very wet microfiber cloth until you can get them to the sink to wash them. Or you can use a dish basin of warm soapy water and just put them face down, floating in the water so the paint does not dry until you can wash it. But I have found today that I am just doing this and my surface of my stamp comes clean. So I've got that wet microfiber cloth off to the side. So aside from being hand drawn, these shapes come in a variety of sizes. We've got two that are kind of smaller. I've got one that's kind of medium. And then I've got three that are pretty big. And I love the way Joggles cut the edge around all of the stamps. So not only are they interesting shapes, but they are interesting shapes this way. Okay, interesting designs, but also interesting shapes. So I'm going to be using golden fluid acrylics. I like the fluid acrylics because they're very thin viscosity, so they dry very quickly, and they allow me to pull the print without waiting too long. If you're using heavy body paints, your time between layers and your time in pulling the print, you're going to have to estimate is going to be longer. Okay, so I'm using fluorescent magenta. Then I'm using iridescent copper because we have to have a beautiful gold copper metallic to honor Klimt. And then I'm using manganese blue. And you'll see that in these three colors, based on how well you can see those black tick marks through this actual swipe of paint that is painted on the label, you can see that the fluorescent magenta and the manganese blue are very transparent, but the copper is not. the transparency versus translucency in your color choices does matter. So that means we don't see through the copper, but we definitely see through these colors. So when the manganese blue overlays the fluorescent magenta, we're going to get a visual blend that looks a little purple. Okay, so if you decide to do this with different colors, just keep in mind the visual blending of translucent colors as they lay over each other and the lack of that with an opaque color. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is lay out fluorescent magenta. I'm using my 9x12 gel plate and my 6-inch brayer. I'm going to put out a thin layer of fluorescent magenta. Roll it out with the brayer, and you want a thin layer because we're going to be removing a pattern out of that paint with the foam stamps. And if the paint layer is too thick, the foam stamp is not going to pull off as much paint as it could. So I'm just going to roll the brayer off onto a clean sheet of paper, pick up a little more paint. Now I'm going to take the foam stamp and press it into that paint and pull off the pattern of the foam stamp. So I'm actually removing the paint, and I'm going to use the large ones, the large foam stamps on this base layer. So what I'm doing is creating openings in that magenta that will serve as a place for my next layer to show through. Okay, don't worry about overlapping the stamps. As they intersect and overlap, they form other unique patterns. So we can definitely overlap as we remove the paint. Okay. So you can see as I swipe this over the microfiber cloth, the surface is clean. There's a little bit down in the open spaces there with water, but what you want is the surface to be clean. Okay. So now, as we wait for that to dry a bit, I'm going to use, since I used the 3 larger stamps, now I'm going to use the 2 smaller ones and the medium one on my next layer. So I want to make sure that this is dry. And because it's warm out here, that's going to happen pretty fast. So, and remember, it happens really fast with the fluid acrylics. So my next layer is going to be the iridescent copper. I'm going to put that right over the pink, and then I am going to be stamping to remove paint again in this second layer. So I'm going to put out a thin layer of the copper that covers the plate completely over the dried lower layer. You want to make sure that lower layer is dry. And again, if you're using heavy body paints, you have to let that dry a bit longer. Okay, so now I'm going to use my small and medium stamps to pull paint out. And you see me wiping this in between. I'm finding that with my copper paint, a little moisture on the surface of the stamp is actually pulling off more paint. Okay, so just getting that surface of that stamp a little bit moist, I found in the samples that I made before this video, it really helps with the copper to pull out the pattern. So you can see I'm getting good pattern because I'm just swiping the stamp over the wet microfiber cloth so the surface of the stamp is slightly wet. Okay, so that seems to be helping remove the paint. So here we go. And again, I'm overlapping and intersecting the patterns to create more of an organic kind of layered pattern. So let's use this little one. The small ones have nice fine lines. This one has chunky shapes. So it's a nice combo to use them together. And then your paint will get to a point of dry where it's not going to pull up too much with the foam stamps. And again, I am in a warm climate right now. If I was in air conditioning, it wouldn't dry so quickly. So you can see that I've wiped these on the surface of the wet cloth, and the surface of the foam stamps is pretty clean, and I will just rinse that stuff down in between the openings off in the sink, but the stamping surface is clean, and that's what you want. Okay, so now we need to let this dry, which it's almost dry. You can just see a little moisture there from the wet of the stamp. So a lot of time what I'll do with this is just sort of fan it. Make sure the water dries. And then the last layer, we're going to use that manganese blue to pull the print. So the manganese blue is going to be the last layer. We're going to spread that evenly over the sheet, and that's going to cause the gel plate to release the previous layers of paint all together. So we're going to get a multi-layered print in one pull. I love this for gel printing because it really gets a great impression because it is very smooth paper on the front side. So the side that's facing up in the pad is very smooth, and the gel plate likes a very smooth paper. I love this paper for collage because it is highly absorbent and it absorbs the glue into itself and glues down perfectly flat. As a matter of fact, if you apply paint to this paper with water in it, it'll go right through and come out the other side. That does not happen with copy paper. So this paper is so absorbent that it's really going to absorb the glue and glue down into my work extremely flat, which is what I want. And it also has that beautiful smooth surface to pull the print. So this pad is definitely my favorite, and I suggest this to you if you're a beginner on the gel plate and a beginner in collage because it's almost foolproof. All right, so we're just waiting for this to dry. Now I'm going to put the manganese blue over the whole thing. I'm going to roll that out gently. We don't need to be pressing down with the brayer. You could almost just hold it at the end like this. You want to just be a light touch. There's no need to add a lot of pressure. You're just spreading the paint, and the paint is not arguing with you. It's not fighting with you. It's happy to spread. So don't press too hard because then you get brayer lines on the edges of your brayers. On the two edges, you'll get lines if you press too hard. Okay, so this is a pretty thin layer. You can see that because you can see what's happening down below it. Also, you can see what's happening down below it because it's a very highly translucent color. All right, so now the manganese blue is going to moisturize the previous two layers, and the plate is going to release everything at the same time. We do need to give it a minute to do that because those first two layers are pretty dry because it's hot out here. So we need to give it a minute and a decent amount of pressure. And the longer you can leave this and the more patient you can be, the better print you're going to get. But I am really not patient. So I'm going to start being curious about it pretty quickly. And I can pick up a corner to see that. So, okay, that's not coming up. Not yet. And because it is so hot and dry in my garage, it probably will not be a perfect print around the edges. But when you do this in a normal climate-controlled environment, you won't have to deal with that. So here we go. It's just the edges. It tends to, because it gets dry at the edges. So here we go. So look at the beautiful, all right, we have a little bit of paper sticking there. So I'm going to come around and pull it this way. Okay, this way. But look at this beautiful color combination. Wow. And those beautiful layers. Again, I'm getting a little lack of coverage on the edges of my paper and a little bit of sticking because I'm in hot climate. Okay, here we go. Look at that. That is just beautiful. The blue, the copper, the pink, the multi-layers. That's really something. I am loving this effect. I am promising you that the paper sticking and around the edges is just because it's hot in here. But look at how beautiful the colors and the layers of patterning are in that paper. So I created this one for you while you watch. This is a test one that I did that stuck a little bit less and has the same effect, the same color combo, but you can see that they're also different. Then I created this one, which is a lot more subtle. It was 2 layers of pink plus a layer of copper. So that one's very subtle, but you can see the multiple layers in that one. And then this one was my first one, which is totally different. And that I pulled with Payne's Gray, which just darkened everything. So I didn't want it to be quite so dark. But you can see that there's many different options you can achieve. This one that we just did together is my favorite. And I hope that you will be inspired by Gustav Klimt Scribbles and Doodles, and also Joggles 20% off sale. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and found it inspiring, the techniques and the foam stamps and the sale. I hope that you will try it and see what your results are. I think you're going to be excited about the multi-layer effect with only one pull print. We'll see you back here next Friday.